Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas day 4 we're on. No. Start again. Welcome back to Vlogmas day 4. It is later now. I've actually got my ring light on to give me some light in my room. I am going to my work's Christmas do tonight, so I thought I would do a get ready with me. I asked you to ask me some questions over on Instagram, so I'm going to be answering those as I get ready. I'm going to do the whole process with you. It's about 4 o'clock now. It's not till, I can hear Sophia already. I asked Joe to like keep both girls downstairs. I was like, if I get ready now, I can help you with bedtime before I go. I'll be leaving at like 6:30. I'm picking someone up. Starts at 7, so I wanted to get ready in time, but she's already trying to get to me. Anyway, I'm going to start by having a shower. I did wash my hair yesterday, so all I'm going to do is like tidy it up. It is clean. I'm just going to style it. Then I'll do makeup and do the whole shebang. Disclaimer, I'm not into hair and makeup. Like, I know my own hair. It's usually a big curly mess, and I just whack makeup on any old house, so this is not anything to do with makeup. Just thought it'd be a nice opportunity to chat, and we haven't really done anything Christmassy today, and I'm super excited to go to this work party. Let's get started. Showered. I've just done my teeth, so I'm gonna pop some body lotion on and start answering your questions. I just used the Soap and Glory one. I love Soap and Glory so much. Ooh, I need my phone to answer the questions. I have got a towel on, by the way, as well. Okay, first question is, what hobbies do you enjoy doing? Well, traditionally or historically, I've always been into like musical theatre and performing. Mainly started with singing, and then I did like dancing and acting and like piano and saxophone. Like, I was very musical. I did a music degree, so that was always my hobby. And then at one point I did want it to become a career, but that fell out the window. Although I'm using my Wild deodorant. There we go, got my Wild deodorant. This was gifted, and I did something on Instagram for them. I did have a discount code, so if I have any discount codes for any of the products I use, I will pop them down below. So it's always been music that I have been into, but since having children, I have found it a lot harder to get back into it. I think because mainly the only time I'd have to like practice my singing, because I did like classical, light opera, that kind of thing. The only time I'd have to practice is when the girls are asleep, and at the moment Amelia naps on me. I put my dressing gown on now, I felt a bit exposed. I'm really loud when I sing, so I would wake Sophia up if I sang during her nap time. Okay, I've just transferred to the bathroom, so I'm gonna do my makeup. Now, oh, you can see the ring light, so there's not really anything I can do about that. Now my hobby is definitely YouTube. I definitely treat it as a hobby. I put a lot of time and effort into it, as well as Instagram as well. It's really the only thing I have time for other than mum, because I don't have to leave the house. Like, I can sit and watch telly and relax while I do it. So it's just something that I can do as and when. Once the girls are older, I'd like to go back to doing musicals and like the local amateur dramatics. But for now, that's just not possible. Like, family commitments are too much, so I just wouldn't be able to dedicate the time to rehearsal. But one day I'll get back to it. I forgot my phone, so I just had to go get it. The angles probably changed, but never mind. Next question is, what do you love and hate about work parties? That is a good question. Please don't judge or comment on my makeup technique. I have none, unless you're giving me tips. So, what do I love about work parties? Well, let me go what I hate first. It's not hate, I just dislike them. I've only actually ever been to a few. I get nervous about them because I just think it's different seeing people outside of like where you know them, outside of the work environment. And especially now, because I've obviously been on maternity leave, I've missed a lot, and I was only really back from my previous maternity leave for 7 months, and we were in bubbles, so I didn't like really interact with many people unless they were in my bubble. So I feel just like I haven't really seen a lot of the staff for ages. I think that's what I am nervous about. It's not necessarily what I hate, I'm nervous about them. I just overthink things. I do have a little bit of a social anxiety. It's not as bad as it used to be. I also don't drink, so, well, I won't be drinking at this. I'm just not a big drinker unless it's the odd cocktail. So that, like, I suppose I won't have that like confidence boost from that, which is one of the reasons why I don't like drinking. I just like to be myself. I can hear Amelia crying, but I'm not going to her. To Joe to look after her. It's all like chaos downstairs. What do I love about them? You get to see what people are like not in that professional setting. Sometimes that's not a good thing, but it's just, I suppose, nice to see people as people and not just colleagues. That's what I'm looking forward to. I have a few like good friends at work. It'd be nice to catch up with them, and it's a Christmas party, so it'd be nice to just like eat the food, wear the sparkly dress, and just, to be honest, it would just be nice to get out of the house without babies. That's what I'm most looking forward to about this work party. Okay, next question. Any more babies planned? Ooh. Yes. I don't know why I even had to think about that. Yes, we would like another one, but not yet. I am not doing too close together ever again. No, no, no. So originally we wanted 4 children. I'm one of 3, Joe's one of 4, so we thought, you know, I just want a big family. I love babies. I'm not very good at multitasking, like I really can't concentrate on this. So we would like some more, but not for a while. So I actually have the implant, which means no more for 3 years, and then what I'll do is when I get it taken out, we'll probably try then, because Amelia will be in like the free school nursery hours. This view, I don't know how people like do makeup in their viewfinder. I don't understand it. I actually can't see what I'm doing. Amelia will be in the free school nursery hours. Sophia should be in reception, probably like school reception, so she'll be like full time. So it'll be nice to have another baby then, because I'll be up, well, first of all, I'll have to be pregnant obviously first, if obviously, all assuming I can. I mean, I've been very lucky and I've fallen straight away. Well, Amelia was a surprise, so it's not been a challenge for us, thankfully, so far. So if that's the same, praying it is, then 3 years, get the implant out, try for baby, so probably like 4 years. So I'll be like 33, 34 then. I'm 30 at the moment, so still plenty of time, still young, still fresh. I just did my eyebrows off camera because I never know what I'm doing. I literally hate doing eyebrows. I've just had them done, so they're not too bad, but they're just a bit like sparse, but the colour that I've got doesn't quite match up to my colour. Okay, moving on. This is like already taking forever. Next question. Oh, I've only got to 3 questions. Have you shared your birth stories? They always interest me so much. I have shared them. I have shared both of them. I will link them both down below, but I'll quickly recap them both now. Okay, birth story then. I don't know how people see it. I'm gonna have to like talk sideways to you. With Sophia, it was a traumatic birth. I was 2 weeks late, so I was induced at 12 days, and I had a pessary, and that started off my contraction. No, that's a lie. That broke my waters, but I didn't get any contractions. So then the next morning they put me on the drip. If you don't know, that's the synthetic oxytocin. Don't do it. If you've got to do it, you've got to do it, but I blame that for my experience, because when you go into labour, you need to release, is it oxytocin, I think? It's oxytocin that they think, or they know, starts contractions. That's like the happy love drug, like love hormone. But the synthetic one, obviously, it starts the contractions, but you don't get that same like happy, lovely feeling. And the contractions go to like zoop, 100 miles an hour straight away. So I had to get an epidural pretty quickly. And although that took the pain away, I just really didn't want to be bedbound, and I was bedbound. I was also really sick throughout. I think all the stuff that was in me just made me really ill. So I just kept like throwing up. It just was horrible. I had to have like a catheter and all the stuff you have to have with an epidural. And then when it came to pushing, baby got stuck. Sophia was back to back. So normally they're like head down, so kind of gravity helps them. But when they're back to back, they have to like go up and over the pelvis bone. So they go up and over the pelvis bone, which is harder. She just wasn't coming. Like I was pushing. I think I didn't actually push for that long in the end, but it felt forever because nothing was happening. I was really traumatized by it because I felt like nobody was listening. I did end up having to have trauma therapy for it, and it did help. In the end, I had forceps delivery with Sophia, and she was fine and everything, but it was a horrible experience. I hated it. I can actually talk about it now though, because this trauma therapy has like helped me. I can talk about it without crying. Where all my makeup brushes have gone, so I'll just do a bit of blending with my finger. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't judge me. Then with Amelia, I had a much more positive birth. So I was late still. I was a week late, and I'd been booked for an induction, which I was really terrified about. Because last time with Sophia, my sweep didn't work. I was too like closed up, so nothing worked. I've been feeling like things happening for a good few weeks, like a month before. I just kept thinking I was gonna go, and I just knew like my body was ready. And anyway, the sweep was successful. That day I went for a big long walk after I started having contractions in the sort of late afternoon, early evening, and then like ramped up by like 11 p.m. Went into hospital, and she was like, oh, she said I was like 2 or 3 centimeters. I was really gutted. I
think it was 2 centimeters, and I was like, no, it was so painful already. I was like, can't cope with this, please don't send me home. But because of my previous experience, I went into hospital with a mental health birth plan and they let me stay. And long story short, I ended up labouring in the pool, which I loved. At the end, her heart rate dropped and they were preparing to do a forceps delivery again. But by that point, I was just kind of so proud that I got that far, that I was like, okay, that's fine, like nothing traumatic has happened. Like, I am in control of the decisions. They were much more open with me this time because of my mental health birth plan. They had to like explain everything, tell me everything, and I could make the decisions. So they did a episiotomy, which I had with Sophia as well, and I was fine with that. I kind of thought I would need that because of like my previous scar tissue. Anyway, then I must have just got this like oomph. The head came out. I was so proud and I was going, I've done it, I've done it. I was so proud of myself. I got to feel the head, like it was just wonderful. I loved the pushing stage, like loved it. And then I pushed her out and it was the best feeling I have ever had. It was amazing. So don't let a traumatic birth like put you off having more children, because your second or third birth will probably be different. So that's what sort of made me want to have more children, because I've had a more positive experience. But I will leave the detail of them down below. Gosh, I feel like no makeup can hide these bags. Next question. Do you work when not on mat leave? What is your job? I think you mentioned teaching. You are correct. Yes, I am a teacher. I am a primary school teacher. So how long have I been a teacher now? 5 or 6 years? I've lost count now, to be honest. So I went to uni, I did a music degree. I wanted to go into music. I actually wanted to be a music therapist. So I decided teaching would be a good way into it, because you had to have like worked, was it for 2 years, I think? I think it's quite hard to be a music therapist. Anyway, that's not happened. Kind of changed my mind on that, and I do really enjoy teaching. So I'm a primary school teacher. I teach Key Stage 2, which is ages 7 to 11. I'm really bad at like doing makeup and talking at the same time. Okay, next one. I really like this question. Where do you picture your family in 5 years? I just can't put makeup on talking to you. I can't use that lens. I'm gonna have to use this mirror. I'll come back once I've done my mascara. I like my mascara that I use is Bad Gal Benefit. I love it. I don't know where any of my lipsticks are, so I'm going to put this on, then go in the bedroom, start my hair and find my lipsticks later. So where do I see my family in 5 years? I know this is like supposed to be for liner, but I always like to like colour my lips in and then use it as like a base so that the lipstick stays on longer. I'm not going to set my makeup yet, because if I do, I end up with an imprint while my lashes are still wet. I'm going to take you in the bedroom now and sit and chat to you about this question while I do my hair. Where do I see my family in 5 years? Physically here, like in this house. We will not have moved out of this house yet. We only moved in here in March, so we definitely want to be here for at least 10 years, if not more. Like, it's a lovely home. We're really, really happy here and we love the area. My hair is so blooming thick. It's like just a big giant bush. It gets so knotty underneath. I guess we would like to have another baby. That would be lovely. We have spoken on Instagram about wanting to move to America, but just not yet. It would be like at least in 10 years. Like, we've spoken about maybe in 10 years sort of reassessing and looking at America then. I don't think it's heated up yet, but I'm going to start. I'm not going to do all my hair, by the way. I'm just going to do random bits because I have so much hair. Job-wise, I would like to... Well, I'll probably still be teaching. I'm not really that ambitious with teaching. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. Now I'm a mum. I just kind of want to go, turn up, do my job, come home, do it well, that kind of thing. But I am more ambitious when it comes to like YouTube and Instagram and all that. I would like to start monetizing it. I'm very close to doing that. I've had a few opportunities where I could have done paid things. They're just not right for me, and I don't want to do them if they're not like gonna be in line with what I want this channel and that like my Instagram and stuff to be. Got one that's like men's underwear, so you can gift this. I was like, how, like, yes, obviously there's a man in my life, but how is that linked with like mental health and motherhood? And anyway, I'd like to have monetized my channel by then. I'm sure I will have, because I'm at 600 now, so I'm really, really close. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That'd be like the best Christmas present ever if I could get to 1,000, but
I mean, I don't think I will. It'll probably take me another year to even get there. Right, when I actually curl my hair, it ends up straighter. It's really weird. It's like curly hair doesn't like being curled. Joe will probably still be teaching. You never know. He may be like a head or a deputy or something. He's pretty good. Like, he is a lot more ambitious than me with that aspect. Yeah, that's sort of it. We don't really have too many plans. So we definitely want to be here. I would like to have completely done the house by then. I've obviously done the nursery, which I did film. We're going to do the second bedroom soon. I would like to have done all of that and kind of like completely put our stamp on it. Yeah, we'll be happy here in this house, I think. Next question. Have you always been a Christian? I mean, no. In a sense. Oh, it's got like my nose. In a sense that obviously when you're born, you don't know what's what. But for as long as I can remember, I have, yeah. Oh, so naughty. I don't want to brush it though, because it'll go all bushy. Can't be bothered with that. My grandma and granddad were Christians, and I've just always believed in Jesus. I've never not believed in Jesus. Like, when I was little, I used to play games, and Jesus kind of used to show up and play with me, I guess. Like, I used to like play games and imagine that he was there, and I used to imagine that I'd gone back in time to when Jesus was born, and I've just always known him. Like, he's always been a friend to me. I've always had a personal relationship with Jesus. I will say I haven't always lived as a Christian. I think from like a teenager to a young adult, I didn't really have anyone guiding me. I didn't go to church. I still had the faith. I still knew God was there. I still prayed, dipped in and out the Bible, but I just had no one guiding me. I didn't know what it meant to be a Christian. Then, just honestly, you think curly hair is like fun, but it's a nightmare. God, so naughty. When I was training to be a teacher and I was living in Cambridge, I did an Alpha course. Like, I'd learned a lot more about it. I had friends that were Christians and I was going to a church there. I decided to kind of live with what I call with 2 feet in the faith lane. So rather than straddling like spiritual world and the human world, I don't know, I forget how to word it, but basically like straddling the world and also like being a Christian. Wasn't happy about it. I just had this feeling that I wanted like more. So I made that decision, and that was shortly afterwards when I met Joe and everything fell into place for me. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to brush this bit out. Okay, next question, then I'm gonna brush my hair out. What does your Christmas day look like? Well, do you know what? I don't know what it'll look like this year, because first time we've been in this house and I don't want to leave the house on Christmas. Like, we will go to church this year, but other than that, I do not want to leave the house. So this year is going to be different to any other year. So I've invited my in-laws round for breakfast. I don't actually know if they're coming yet. I'm not sure if they're all coming. Come round for breakfast and I open presents with them, because it's my like mum and dad's turn to have Christmas dinner with us. We alternate. Then we'll probably go to church in the morning, come back and Joe's cooking dinner. My family will come round, have Christmas dinner, open presents, and then we're going to do like a games night. We used to do this. We used to go to my auntie's and do a games night, but obviously last year COVID, and then also like having kids and stuff, we've not been able to do that. I'm really looking forward to that. I love doing games night. I love making up games and quizzes and things, so it'll be really fun. Like, it'll just be lovely. So that is the plan. Boris, don't ruin it, otherwise I will come for you. That is our plan, and I'm really looking forward to it. I probably will film it. I won't film all of it, but I think I'm going to do an opening a presents one for the girls, because I just want to like remember. I feel like this is their first Christmas, even though Sophia had last year. She obviously did not know what was going on last year at all. Whereas this year, she still won't really know what's going on, but she'll have a little bit more awareness, and hopefully she'll be able to open her own presents this year. Okay, next question. We're nearly at the end. Why did you start a YouTube channel? So I started a YouTube channel because it's something I've always wanted to do. I tried it years ago, but I didn't really have like a niche or anything to talk about, and I was like, no one's gonna subscribe. I'd be curious to know if any subscribers are here. I ended up with like 20 subscribers. I would be so curious to know if there are any that are still here. Probably not, but when the pandemic started, I was just like, I'm going for it. Like, I'm stuck at home with a baby. Joe was on like a skeleton kind of rota at his school at work. He's a teacher as well. So I was like, I'm gonna go for it. Why not? Another thing that prompted me is because the midwives were like, you should tell your trauma story and your birth story. Like, you should do a blog or something. So I was like, yeah, I will. I also had like a breastfeeding trauma and all of that. So I wanted to make friends, and I just always wanted to do it. And I'm really glad I did. I love video editing. I find it really therapeutic, and it's something for me. Something that is for me that I can sit and get absorbed in. And although it's about motherhood, this feels like a step away from that, which is a bit contradictory, but there we go. I think I'm going to end it there and just finish up my hair and then show you at the end, because it's taken so much longer answering these questions, and I'm just going to like pop some, if you're watching 902, and I'm going to pop that on, finish my hair, and then I'll come back and show you like my dress and everything once I've done that. fully ready now. So I have my dress, oh, got hair in my face. I have my dress from George Asda, which I showed you in yesterday's vlog. I have this Radley bag. It's just an old one. I need to put my purse in it, but it's like the only bag that I have for the evening now. And I just have some black like heel shoes on. I'm feeling relatively confident, but a little bit nervous. To know my hair, I'm not used to my hair being like this. It's normally just frizzy and curly, like, I don't know. But I feel okay. I'm excited, nervous. Anyway, thank you for watching this chatty get ready with me. Thank you for asking the questions. If you asked them, I hope you enjoyed this. And I am going to my work's party now. So happy Christmas, everyone. Time to party.